Hey everybody, I'm talking on two screens here because I want to put this on YouTube and this is going live on Facebook. And my name's Julie Hoffman. If you want to know how to be a parent and maybe working full-time or part-time, and maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, that's what I did. And we've done over 300 deals in the last 2 decades while having 5 kids. And here are 5 things that anybody can do to make you better at real estate investing. So, and I have notes down here if I look down, okay? So the first thing that you can do as a parent, if you're a stay-at-home parent, like I would swap with other moms that wanted to get things done. So like this lady, Kelly, she would sometimes cut hair. One time she took 2 weeks to paint her house, and I took care of her kids. And then she took care of my kids on a regular basis. And it was great because they played together and they had a good time. So that's one thing that you can do if you're more of a stay-at-home parent. Secondly, if you are working, you can look at real estate during your lunch hour and evenings and weekends. So let's say you took an hour every day to look at real estate. Well, guess what? That's 7 hours a week. And before too long, you're going to become an expert at a certain kind of real estate property if you focus in a certain area and again on a certain type. Okay, so that involves finding a farm area. That's what Brendan Skilton Douglas calls it. And that's where you want to be looking for deals, because pretty soon, if you look at enough deals, when one becomes available, not if, but when, because there's always a motivated seller around the corner, you're going to have a better idea of what the value of that property is. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, this is literally what I did. And by the way, that's how I got our first 3 properties working full time. I looked at property, lunches, evenings, and weekends. And we bought 3 deals in 3 months before my daughter was born. I was 6 months pregnant when I started. By the time she was born, I had 3 deals. That's a whole other story. Number 3, while you're driving around, while you're exercising, if you're going out on a nature walk, all of these things are very, very good. Listen to real estate investment training. When we were starting out, I would drive around my little blue Subaru and I would listen to Tim Johnson. He had a program called Proactive Landlording. And those of you veterans who've been around for a while, you know what I'm talking about. And it was fantastic education. So you want to listen to real estate related things because you're killing 2 birds at one stone, getting maybe someplace or exercising or, taking care of yourself and learning. The 4th thing you can do is it also involves your car as you're driving kids to school or picking them up or after drop off, take a different way home. Look at houses, because something that's not for sale today could have a for sale by owner sign in the yard a week from now. So make sure that you are driving around, keeping your finger on the pulse of your neighborhood. Number 5, change the way you talk. I have a whole program. It's called Bringing Up Real Estate the Street Smart Way. Carol, this amazing lady that I work with, some of you might have already heard this story. She was having her regular weekly coffee with her daughter. She had just started with me in real estate investment coaching. And she had just completed reading the Bringing Up Real Estate the Street Smart Way. So when her daughter came in to have coffee, instead of talking about news, weather, and sports, when her daughter asked her, "Hey mom, how's it going? What have you been up to?" She said, after taking a deep breath, and being very nervous, this was way outside of her comfort zone, she said, "I just started training with a real estate investment coach. You probably think I'm crazy." Word for word. And her daughter said, "Oh my God, Mom, Greg is her daughter's boyfriend. Greg's auntie is selling her house. She doesn't want to use a realtor. She doesn't want to put $120,000 of work into it that her realtor says she needs. And we can't figure out a way to buy it, but she's on her way and she desperately wants to sell." Carol bought that house. She got a screaming deal. And her daughter and Greg moved in. And now they're doing a rent to own back to Carol. So it's amazing. So you just never know what can happen by just changing the way that you talk. All right. So those are 5 things. I hope they're helpful to you. Reach out to me if you want any further information about this. I know what it's like, folks, to get started and to not have a lot of time and to feel overwhelmed. So I hope that some of these suggestions you can put into use. I know that you can. Anybody can, because if I can, any of you can. Carol can, any of you can. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.